purpose of CoreCivic is to make money.
The propaganda commercials I keep seeing on YouTube from CoreCivic don't tell me they are trustworthy, it tells me they are selling something.
They get paid for the number of people they can imprison.
The fact that we're denying people's rights, I will stand up for it as long as I can breathe.
It's very clear that the only criminals in this room are literally sitting here.
We all know that if you buy a flea-ridden dog, you don't just get the dog, you get the fleas too.
We brought an ICE officer, he can tell you about exactly the due process.
Sean Byers, Deputy Field Office Director for Euro Chicago.
We know these facilities don't create stable and sustainable jobs.
A community cannot withstand generations of making a buck off the misery of incarcerated people without a grave cost to the well-being of that community.
Injury and death of employees was considered the cost of doing business.
Vast camps are being planned. For whom? More than the immigrants there are in this country.
Who are the people that you're going to be putting in that facility?
It's going to be a mixture. It's really going to be a mixture.
It's over $67K per inmate, so the math ain't mathin'.
We would not be here. I would not have opted to move my entire family across the country to live in a place where you enable fascism for a profit.
As a community, where is that line? When do crematoriums and gas chambers become illegal in a detention center?
People may think they're getting a good job with CoreCivic, but remember, the past is prelude to the future.
It's a little surreal to be standing in the pre-Nuremberg trials because there were permitting processes for those buildings as well.
Being in the U.S. without documentation is a civil violation, not a criminal one.
Do not look at CoreCivic as a plug to a budget hole without considering the literal and spiritual cost to this beautiful community.
In my capacity as a private citizen whose family was held in ICE custody in CoreCivic for 11 months. These people who work at CoreCivic who are telling you how wonderful it is, they're not just drinking the Kool-Aid, they're chugging it.
Absolute hellhole.
I can see the lights of a prison from my street. When my kids go sledding in the snow, the prison is the backdrop of all my pictures. CoreCivic employees reminded me of another group that extolled the virtues of their employers with extreme loyalty. They wore brown uniforms and had a certain salute.
If somebody already has an expedited removal order from the border, we're just enforcing that, and they may be arrested because of that.
The shoemaker, the milkman, the neighbor who received a uniform and then believed they were the master race.
Do you think that a company with a documented history of forcing inmates to clean up crime scenes won't cover up any malfeasance in a 2-day period of time?
We have no reason to believe that CoreCivic will behave any different this time or in this facility than they did before.
You don't get back with an abuser when they promise they won't hurt you this time.
CoreCivic is threatening to bankrupt this town. It's clear by this point in time that if you keep fighting, I don't think you're going to have to worry about legal fees because nobody in this state wants this here.
We are the original people from this land.
You see people being arrested, yes, we have warrantless arrest authority.
Please compare that to how legal it is to round up and warehouse people without criminal charge or due process.
I don't want to live in a community that welcomes mass patrols, tear gas, and civil unrest. I don't want to live in a community that prides itself on the detainment of humans due to misdemeanors or less.
Christian means you follow and live by the teachings of Christ.
This is a hostile takeover. This is comply and stay alive at the township level.
CoreCivic may comply, but is DHS going to allow them in when they refuse entry to sitting members of Congress?
This SUP will cause even more ICE presence, and if you approve it, you cannot say you did not know that that would be a consequence.
CoreCivic has been in this community for 30 years. That's not a flex. There were 3 hospitals when I was growing up, and barely one remains.
It's a false narrative that you're being told. That is completely false and it's incorrect.
Hello. I'm going to talk about some things that people aren't talking about. Basic things. I've lived in Leavenworth County and City, also a Vietnam veteran, an ex-Marine.
Contrary to what people are saying, it's a civil infraction. Coming across that border illegally is a federal crime.
What we're talking about here
The 5th and 14th Amendment
is the ability to have due process.
Both these amendments apply to all within the jurisdiction of the United States, regardless of their status.
Why do we need detention centers like this?
Without due process, we have nothing. If you stand on American soil, I don't care who you are, me and people like me will stand up and say, you have a right to see your accuser, and you have a right to keep your family together.
Just a second, sir.
Sir, can you just hold on for a
He is
second?
lying to you. He is lying. This is a lie. All of these are lies. ICE is a Nazi fucking concentration camp. Get this shit out of Leavenworth. Leave Kansas now.
These people, this entity is a criminal enterprise that profits off of our communities, the people that are originally from this land.
I feel like we've done a good job to respond to those. Hearing the comments from Chief Kitchens was hard to hear, frankly. Never like to hear that the chief of police can't get access to the facility or to employees. So that should never have happened, and we apologize that it did happen. Clearly, communication was a problem. We hear it loud and clear.
I want to know that you can have immediate access if you need. It disturbed me to hear that there was a death for 6 days and you didn't know about it.
I felt like those conversations were productive. I felt like they acknowledged that there were issues that needed to be resolved. I can only tell you that they assured me that that was not going to be the case, that going forward, they recognized and acknowledged those issues.
It's a very bad dog with monstrous fleas, and we shouldn't let it in our house.
The best predictor of future behavior.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is past relevant behavior.
So I urge the committee to either deny it or send it back to the planning committee to address these issues.
Listen to this community who's been harmed.
When will you get to say no?
I pray you don't approve this, because you'll be endorsing a different way of life.
You can do the right thing. You can vote no.
You have the power to shut this down. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Number 23.